My name is Ahmed Hayman. I'm a photojournalist for Al-Masri Al-Yawm independent newspaper in Egypt. I'm 26 years old and we're currently in Tunisia.
It is a storytelling workshop. It's not a technical skills workshop. You guys are all here because you're good photographers. And we want to help you go to the next step. So the focus is on storytelling, how to conceive of a story, how to work through that idea, how to make a proposal, how to make a pitch, how to present that proposal to editors or galleries or wherever it is that you want, how to execute it, how to edit it, and then how to get it out there in the world. That's what we're focusing on.
Because you guys are going to really bring your stories about the world. And it's really to think about your identity, to think about your people, to think about the country. And even if you travel around, I mean, it's your identity that comes up with the stories.
Well, what can we do as photographers? How can we shed some light on what's happening right now, but now we need to go beyond sort of what the current story is and look at the sort of the reasons why certain things are happening. You're going to slowly figure out what direction you want to go in, how you're going to approach it visually, what your idea is, maybe even some ideas for subjects, etc. So by the time Friday rolls around, when you guys will then have a finalized, approved, written, and verbal pitch.
I was talking to a friend of mine and he suggested a link to WordPress Photo that they are doing a reporting change course, and I read the description and it was quite interesting to meet photographers from North Africa. I think the main aim for this workshop is to share experience with us, teach us something new, and start to do it on the ground and start working in order to publish or tell a good story out of our country. We saw a video about Egypt. It was about the biggest and oldest newspaper called Al Ahram. You were not expecting the scene, the coming scene. So I think this is what we need to do in our stories. And I think that's why they showed us this film, because it's very simple, but very deep at the same time. French speakers went with Magdalena, and English speakers went with Don. And I had this small talk with him about my project or what I'm thinking of. And it was a fast talk, very effective, very good. And then, okay, prepare yourself because tomorrow you will see what we talked about in front of everyone.
And you'll notice every morning, starting tomorrow at 9:15, is what we call an ideas discussion. And the idea with that is on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, your idea is going to get refined.
القصة اللي أنا هشتغل عليها a very strong Egyptian woman. She's 27 years old. She's working in one of the biggest libraries in the world, Alexandria Library. And the very special thing about this Egyptian woman that she's blind.
Yeah. What I liked, one thing what I liked was when you were, so the library, which is full of words, you know, images, and then he reveals that she's blind. So it's kind of like this revelation. So here we are setting up the woman as sort of maybe a reflection of contemporary Egyptian womanhood. Could be, I don't know. But then the fact is that she's a blind woman, so it kind of gives a second meaning to who this woman is.
The main issue I see about it is how you'll have to vary each frame, so you don't have her always in the middle of something, you know. It's like you have to find ways of saying it with your photographic language.
That's a good start for the workshop, and I'm excited to know what else we have in the workshop. The rest of the stories were really inspiring, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's very cool. How come I didn't thought about this before? No, our group is very well chosen, I think. I feel that we're all on the same level of thinking even, and I really like the group, all the group. We had a lot of exercises, like 2 or 3, and especially the last one was so funny with the creative story cubes. Like everyone throw the cubes and you have shapes, and then you create a story out of those shapes by ordering them.
There's 9 die with 6 pictures on each one. We throw them out, and now you have to make a story. So Magdalena is going to construct her story here using her images.
Other guy or girl just see the cubes with the same shapes and form another different story, and it opens our minds.
I had some valuables. It got rainy, so I got pissed and my glasses got wet. So I was really hungry, and I
You want the egg, but you're not going to get it. So you get a grumpy face.
In rainy day. أتكلم عربي مش عارف يعني مش عارفة.
جبت لي jouets.
Et soudainement il a fait beau.
I didn't know the method of doing it. I was doing it by feelings only, but I didn't know that there is a method that you have to start from here, go up, climax, and go down. So that was an addition today.
Each of these will be one of your photos, and you can choose the way you want to start, you know. And very importantly, you need to know which comes before and which comes after, or which comes with, you know, like how they're paired or how they're one after the other, so you have a narration.
So the point of it all is that you have to think structurally, you have to think narratively, you have to think, what am I trying to say? How am I going to say it? How will I use the nature of editing and sequencing to build tension and plot and character?
The lesson from the second day is mainly for me is putting marks on things that I wasn't noticing or even focusing on. So from the feedback, from the creativity, small things of building a story, it lightened some points in my mind on how to build a story.
So we thought today, instead of really presenting your idea again, you would present sort of a status update of where it's at now and any concerns and such that you have, feedback, etc.
So I thought about bringing into the vision the life of young Libyans who have nothing before the revolution.
Yesterday, when I started discussing my idea, I was totally lost. Almost, I dropped everything I told John before.
J'ai cru que j'étais clair, concis, direct, poétique, engaging.
Do they know each other?
Yeah, the problem is there is like you have two cases in south, one case in north, one case in and the,
That says everything about rich people not liking poor people. Then you say you were in the little town the other day.
Society and try to express these feelings into pictures. I don't know if this will succeed or not, but I tried. Like I'll try to visualize her dreams into pictures. Without, I just felt so tired at the end of the day. Like there wasn't something that refreshes your mind and plays with you and come and back. No, it was just information going to you. But they're getting back to how to write the proposal, and in order to have a right research, have a right client for you, let's say, in order to do your story and publish it. And this is the very important and very boring part, but it's very important.
Oui. Au moins là, il construit, parce que là, on construit pas. Là.
But lead is, like in journalism, it's the first paragraph in a news story that tells you right away what this story is going to be about, and then the rest of the article is explaining, giving evidence, cases, etc., about what the lead is. Noyer le poisson.
Now we know how to say it, how to start from exposing the idea and then reaching the climax, and as if you're showing the story but in words, which is the most important thing. How to hook photo editors and magazines. Today was a different one-on-one because it was an outdoor one in a very beautiful scenery behind us in Sidi Bou Said.
I don't know what you think of the title, but I think it's pretty great. So go with it, but also use that as like...
Magdalena recommended the name, which is very nice. It's Life After All. And I really like the name. It sums up everything.
She's blind, but this is life after all. And then you can say Heba, I don't know, something like that. Where do you say it? Heba, an Egyptian woman who lives da 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 da.
Okay.
So then you kind of talk about Heba specifically, and then you can maybe talk.
We've somehow finalized and just put the last 3 touches on the how will I tell my story and how will I write the proposal.
Slightly restructure this. You can add a few more
We
words.
provided the final time tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's it.
Yeah.
So give it a concise,
Clean shot.
a clean shot, exactly.
Okay, thank you. We had the time to go out all together to Sidi Bou Said, which is like heaven on earth. I did a lot of good pictures, I met a lot of good people, and I played music and danced with the people just in the street.
We've got Yossi Milo from New York, the big gallerist in New York City. He's decided to come to our party as well. Okay? And you guys are all going to come. And you're going to mingle in the room. You know, mingle. You're going to talk. And you're going to bump into somebody. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you, Kathy Ryan. And she's going to say, oh, Mohammed, nice to meet you too. Tell me, what are you working on? And so you guys are now going to have to pitch, propose what it is that you're working on, okay? But it's going to be slightly different. You've got 2 minutes to clearly say everything about your project, all right? Excuse me. Hi.
Nice meeting you. My name is Ahmed. I'm from Egypt. I was 2 days ago in Alexandria. I just met a very strong Egyptian woman. She works in the Alexandria Library. As she's applying for a PhD, she cooks every day like anyone, she drops her daughter in the nursery, and it's showing daily life. You can see her cooking, you can see her passing the streets. And the very special thing about this Egyptian woman, that she's blind. It's about positivity, it's about strength, it's about very special person.
So you have the exposition, you lay down the plot points, the action starts to rise, the climax is the revelation of her blindness, and then you quickly conclude it. In and out, you're done. Which you pretty much did, and you know, this is sort of going for everybody. That's the way you kind of, all we need to know is the thrust of the idea. And then giving me I was picturing, you know, her and I've never been to Alexandria, but I'm imagining Alexandria in my head, which is good, which is what I want to see, so.
Good.
Okay.
Allez, c'est parti. Salut Magda. Avec les héritiers au crâne, la photo classique.
Je dois aller dans l'autre pièce là.
I think we improved, all of us. When I listened to everyone saying his proposal, it's not this general thing, no, it's now you have a structure, you have it clear, and okay, I'm doing this.
So now it's just up to you guys to execute, make that great proposal, make that great photographs, and then make the great editing. And each one of you, I guarantee, will be able to pitch and hopefully sell it.
I'm really excited on going back and starting to work. Now I have a clear concept of my story after the workshop, and we'll have the editing course in Cairo. This unity, we are all in North Africa, we're all speaking Arabic, but we don't know each other, and it's the revolution that united us just to get the WordPress to do the workshop for all of us because of the Arab Spring. So I think it's a very good chance for everyone to know each other. Listening to other people's inspiring, untold stories till now makes you really excited. I want to see those stories. I want to see them done.